is a look at the Transformazing Toys Pandora's Box 02 MEKBUDA. This is 01 is the MEKBUDA, which is for Ultra Magnus. This one is designed for Optimus Prime, the Fall of Cybertron versions of the characters, the little deluxe class figures from Transformazing Toys. And the packaging is really nice. You see there's a nice little foil outlined picture of Prime all armored up here. I'm going to back up just a little bit so you get the full box with the Transformazing Toys logo, as well as the name and everything. But this front panel here opens up. It's Velcroed shut, but it opens up, and again you've got the kind of tech detail outline on one half of it, while the other half showcases the actual armor inside the box itself. So that's all there is really to the packaging. There's some details on the side. A very basic half head shot, half body shot on the back, and then a couple more little bits about what's inside the box here on the thing. And that's about it. So we'll go ahead and get it out of the box and get going with that. All right. So inside the box, you've got of course the armor. Here's the upper torso here, the two leg pieces, the waist armor, and then a little tray that has some covers, a couple weapons, handles, a replacement hip piece, which we'll talk about in a minute, and then two sets of replacement hands. So you can have closed fists with a 5mm peg. Actually, it's a little bigger than a 5mm peg, but with a peg hole in it, as well as open fists that also have a peg hole. And we'll show how those work. As well as a tool to pop the hips off the leg piece. And basically how that works is you have to replace this whole assembly. It's this right here. And to do that, this front piece you have to clip off. And it's not glued on. You just get a little screwdriver, and you can pry this front plate off and clip it onto the replacement piece. You'll notice the replacement piece here. Go ahead and pop this out. Or this is actually the original. The replacement piece is already on here, but it doesn't have the grill and waist detailing, because that piece just clips off. And it's not glued on. There's just a clip up here and a clip down there that you could pop off and then clip it onto the replacement piece, which looks like this. And you're good to go. So that just gives them a little slightly tighter hips to support the extra weight of the added armor. So yeah, so you switch that out, very easy. And then this little pin right here, it's not really a pin, it's a piece. When you get to the part where you need to pop the hip pieces out of the upper thigh, basically you use this, you put it in the hole here, right in this little slot, and then you can push. You can either use this as the flat surface, and you can just push it out with your thumb as kind of a thumb piece, or you can lay it down, kind of bend the knee, lay it on the edge of a table or some other flat surface like that. Put that piece on the flat surface, and then push down to pop the hip out. They didn't need to include this, but it is a little tough to get the hips out, so it's nice that they gave you a method of doing so. So yeah, you swap all that out, and then it's time to party. Go ahead and pop all these pieces out of the tray here. We've got the two little covers that can become arm armor as well as the knee covers. We'll get the two little clip pieces out here, the fists. Two sets of fists, and then the axe and this piece right here. And now we're ready to go. Now the go ahead and set Prime off to the side here for a minute. When you don't have Prime wearing the armor, you can actually clip these onto his forearms as kind of armor plates. There's a little post here. It's on a clip, so you want to make sure that clip stays on. You post it in. You can put these on his arms as little deflectors or whatever, shields. Come on, piece. There we go. Go around the other way. There we go. It's on a swivel clip. You push it too far and it's hard to get lined up properly. So yeah, he can wear those. And then with the armor pieces, if you just want to have them instead of having just chunks of armor off to the side, you can actually flip the feet down here. And there's a lot of poseability and hinges in this thing, which give it a lot of freedom of movement. But you take this, you can take the barrel / handle here, and you can actually take it, tab it in right here in between the legs. Oh, come on, I did this the other day. No, it wasn't like that. It was definitely like this. The other day I did this and it stayed in very tightly. Oh, the other way around. There we go. So you plug it in like this. There we go. So yeah, put it that way. You can have a little tank mech or, you know, weapon emplacement. And then this right here you can flip up like this. There's actually a hinge that lets it rotate back. And then flip the arms back. Flip this piece up. The head actually comes up on a hinge, rotates around. And some of this may be leftover transformation because originally this was going to include a whole trailer. And people didn't like, apparently, that it had some extra parts when the armor was being used that didn't really do anything. And so the whole trailer got scrapped. But you can bring this around, bring this up, unhook the arm from here, and swivel it. Like I said, there's all these hinges in here. If you want to go around this way, so bring this up and around on top, like that, and you do the same on this side. Bring them up. Have the gun face forward. Fold these panels in, and you've got what kind of looks like a MARB. If you read the comics, you'll know it's a mobile Autobot repair bay that they fly around on. Granted, in red versus the kind of gold that they are in the comic. But a little flying sled that you can have Prime ride on. Hard balancing him here. I'm not holding it at a flat level surface, but it kind of looks like Grand Slam and Rain Dance, although color swapped. And it takes a little bit of imagination, yes, to make it a flying vehicle, but there's some options there for if you don't want to have the armor on them. Although I have a feeling that once you put the armor on these guys, you're really not going to want to take them off right now because the armor makes them look really awesome, and we'll go ahead and show that. So, to get to armor mode, it's just a couple different ways you can store the extra pieces. So flip the feet up, and there we go. Those lower legs are ready to go. And then the armor, will just flip this. Again, rotate this all back around. Close it up. Nope, other way. Close it down. So transform it back into the torso armor. And you're ready to go. Flip his head up and around. Back down in. And that down. And you're good to go. So there's the Prime torso. So to prepare him, you want to go ahead and pop these off. You want to twist these a little bit, because sometimes the clip, if the post sticks in there really well, it'll pop off the clip versus the post coming out. So go ahead and twist them a little bit to get them off. So you take Prime, and again, he can use it. There's a little axe here. He can use, we'll get into the weapons a little bit. So you swapped out the hips. You take Prime. You want to bring his arm. You want to bring these forward. Like this. You want to unpeg this. You want his head to be folded down, like in vehicle mode, but you want to flip this piece all the way back. If you can get your fingernail under that, come on. No, okay, fine. Flip that piece and flip that piece all the way back like that. Have these face forward, like this. Rotate the arms so the wheels are on the outside. I like to rotate the fists so the back of them are facing forward, but that just keeps it from being visibly a fist in a robot mode. So flip that around. Leave these up to the side for right now. The legs, rotate them all the way around like this, flip them up, fold the foot all the way down and under like you would for vehicle mode, and then flip them up. Make sure his head's all the way down, rotate these forward, and now you've got Prime ready for his armor. So to do that, to add that on, you want to lift these up, just like this. lift this black piece up. Now there's a little hinge, there's a kind of a, I'm trying to see if I can find, there's a tab under there. You have to slide it forward. See if I can get an angle on this that you can see it. This little tab right here, you can see right there, there's a gap. This little tab slides up in under here. So you slide it in like this and slide it forward so it clips on. And then this back here, there's a peg back here that tabs into that hole on the back of the tab that was covering his head. So peg that on. And then you fold the back piece down. And there's little tabs here that tab into the holes on his forearm. And then you rotate the bumper down and latch it together around the backpack like that. And come around front, and you bring the arms down, and you push them until they clip around the arm itself like that. And same over here. There's a little clip right here that actually goes around this little edge right here. So you want to make sure you push it until that clips all the way into place. You may have to grab the arm here a little bit and pull it out a little bit. See, now it's clipped around there. And then this folds down. You want to actually kind of bring these in, because I thought these clips, according to the instructions, actually went inside these tubes. They actually hook into like a little opening in the tube, just a little bit further back. So you bring them down so they go in between there. And when you push it into place, it kind of automatically pushes these out. So they don't lock, but it holds them in position there on the chest. And there's the upper body all ready to go. And then you take the leg, and the leg's really easy. There's a post right here, and then this little rectangular piece up here. And basically you just kind of hook that post in that circle where the wheel is, and then come up here, and then just snap the leg over that. I didn't do that right. Snap the leg all the way down over that. And there you go. There's the leg armor attached on one side. And the same over here. Plug it in, snap it into place, and there we go. Come on, snap into place. There we go. And then you have Prime all armored up. And oh wait, no, he's not done yet. He's not done yet. You need to take these, plug in these little cover plates that cover his robot mode feet there on his upper thighs. Just like that. And then the waist plate. The waist plate you actually extend out like this. And this little tab, and not the top tab, there's a tab just under the top one, plugs into this little hole here on the front of the waist piece. Like that. And once that's done, you push this in, and that clips these pieces around the waist piece again in the back. And now he's all armored up and ready to go. And there is, get him all in frame here, armored up Prime. And he's really, really awesome. One, he's a lot bigger than he was before, and we'll grab Ultra Magnus here and show that. Alright, so here's Optimus all armored up, and when you compare him to Ultra Magnus, you can see he's actually much larger now than he was before, just getting a lot more armor, a lot more stuff going on, and I'm just messing with you. This is actually, if you've read the comics, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm just being silly. So here's the Ultra Magnus. Here's what he looked like before. And here is the armor on. Makes him a much larger figure, much nicer. He's really cool. He's a little skinny, like kind of right in here, but that's really a fault with this mold versus the add-on kit. And it's really, really neat. It's a really nice kit. The quality is really, really nice. I mean, the plastic is not the kind of stuff you feel on a lot of third-party figures. It's really solid. It feels more like... it's more on the line of like MMC's Feral Rex or the Fans Project Glacial Bots. It's than some of the thinner stuff that some of the other companies use. It's really tough, really solidly built. I'm pleasantly surprised at how good it feels overall. And like I don't feel like anything's going to break or give me any issues. He does have the different hands, and again, we sort of mentioned that. So he's got open hold fists and open hold open fist. And the reason for the open fist is because the gun barrel piece can also extend into a pole. And if you have Magnus, and I don't have the blade yet, I do have one coming, you can put a sword on the end of it and give him a pole arm weapon. And because of the tabs here, you couldn't squeeze that in all the way down in a closed fist. You'd have to, it would stop right there because of those tabs. Whereas with the open fist, now you can squeeze it in and have them hold it wherever you wish, or even higher up. So it lets them hold, pull weapons that may not normally be able to be held with this fist. I prefer the closed fists with the holes in them, but that's just me. And it's a little ball joint. The fists are kind of a slightly rubbery material, so they just pop on and off very easily. And they stay on very well. Since they're on ball joints, they've got a nice range of motion in them. So there's the fists. And again, the pole arm piece, if you don't put the sword on it, you can fold in half. And there's a bunch of different weapon configurations you can do with this set. You can actually pull the waist piece off. This little blue piece flips up to form a barrel and attach it to the end of Prime's rifle. He's got this little axe you can use as just an energon axe. You can attach it to the back of the gun. You plug it into the bottom part of the gun, and there's a little slot to tab it on to that, and just have a powered up pistol. You can then take that pistol, take one of these and attach it onto here, and then plug this into the barrel and give him a long rifle. You can, like I said, you can also take the waist piece off and put the stuff. Even the now on the body, like he's got a couple panels here on the legs that open up to reveal some missile launchers, and also up here on the chest, these panels can come unhooked, lifted up, and can flip around to give him some missile launchers up there. And this whole missile launcher piece can actually unpeg from this middle piece, and you can attach that onto the with the little clips here onto the bottom of the gun as well. Just clips right there in between the detail on the gun to really power up the large rifle as well. So there's a lot of little hidden things, and there's probably some stuff that I haven't even found yet. There's all sorts of neat little things built into this kit. Let's go ahead and snap that back on. Oh, come on, there we go. Now, as for all the extra pieces, like even if you build the giant rifle, you've still got all the 4 extra fists and then an extra one of these little clip pieces. Now, the clip pieces, actually, these bigger panels on the legs, you can open them up, and you can take the clip piece and store it right in there like this. And you can do the same on the other side. There's a storage spot for the other one if you're not using either one of them, which is nice. Also, well, this piece just popped off, but that's because I pushed it out when I turned them around. So let's go ahead and get that back on. Come on. I know you want to go on there. Yeah. It's because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Line up with the... There we go. Flip it back on. Okay. And then you've got these extra fists. The legs down here actually open up, and you can put the fists right in here. Close them up, and there's storage for the fists. Just like that. So everything stores. You can have him hold his giant rifle, and now he's super primed up and looks really cool. And one of the other things that's cool about this kit is I thought there were some slight variances between the two kits, and it turns out the only difference between this kit and the one for Magnus is color, because if you take, there's pieces on the back of the arms that if you flip up, you can see forms the shoulder pylons. The smokestacks on the arms flip forward and become the shoulder missile launchers. The sides of the helmet flip up and give you Magnus's antenna like that, and then the faceplate actually pops right off. And it is a small little faceplate. I almost want to buy another one to see if I can get it onto Fans Project's Quad U. But the faceplate pops off, and even though that's a little tiny piece, you turn it around on the backpack, open this up, and the backpack opens up, and there's a little spot right in here that you can store the faceplate. Ah, come on, Optimus. See, Optimus wanted to have his little gray piece pop off. So yeah, there's your pop off for the video. So you can store all that, and you can see now he's got Magnus's face, Magnus's pylons, Magnus's shoulder missiles. So the kits are actually the same between the two of them. It's just a matter of how you transform it, whether it becomes Magnus or Prime. Let me get up here on the space just a little bit to show you all. So yeah, it looks a little weird, Prime without his faceplate, and with the Magnus head and those colors, but it is possible, which is really, really cool that both of those functions are built into the same kit. One of the things that really excites me, I'm going to get him back to Prime mode here, is the possibility of, come on, let's not do this again. Fine, there we go. Faceplate back out. Just fold you up. Come on, there we go. All right, so there it is, all back to Prime. In the instruction sheet, oh, nope, forgot these. There we go. Now we're back to Prime. All right, good. On the instruction sheet itself, you've got, here's the picture of Prime and Magnus. Slide it over, here's Prime and Magnus wearing this armor kit. And if you go a little bit more to the left, here is this armor kit wearing a conceivably planned God Bomber type armor kit. And you can see, like, you see just how much of a difference size-wise there is between Magnus and you know, the base mold and the armored up version, which is represented fairly well here in these pictures. So if this is accurate, there's a conceivable add-on kit, if this does well enough, to add God Bomber armor. You can see the wings and the leg guns and all this stuff to make this just huge. And this guy is already nice and beefy and solid and really, really cool. I'm really, really happy with this kit. And like I said, pleasantly surprised. I was planning on skipping this entirely, and now I may end up double dipping and grabbing the Magnus set as well, because this is a really, really nicely put together piece of kit, and I'm incredibly happy with it. But we'll go ahead and size comparisons real quick. Here he is now with Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. And again, just to throw Magnus in there just as a comparison. And then real quick, here he is with Fall of Cybertron Bruticus with that Boosticus upgrade kit. So you can see much larger, much more, I don't want to say in scale. He was kind of in scale before because Bruticus was huge in the game. But it looks really cool with the other Fall of Cybertron figures. So yeah, like poseability on this thing is through the roof. Just about everything is a ball joint. So you've got ball joints up here on the shoulders, bicep swivels, double hinge elbows, ball joints at the wrist. The head is on a ball joint. It can look up, it can look down. Again, it can't look down very far just because of the body parts, but he can look up and down. He can look side to side, no problem. He's still got the same ball joint waist that the original had because it uses that same waist joint. Ball jointed hips. Again, the hips and the thigh rotations are the same as the base figure. And then it's got ratcheting knees here. You can see a very nice, clicky, solid ratchet. It's got super ball joints on the feet, so the feet have just a great range of motion for posing. And as well as that hinge that you saw pop open when we turned into a tank. So there's a lot of options, a lot of good posability in it, and just a surprisingly really good add-on set that I was, like I said, I was expecting to pass on, and now I'm glad that I have one because it's really, really neat, and I'm glad I got the chance to check it out because I would have completely written it off, and I don't think it needs to be written off. Especially want to see that. I'd love to see it do well enough to get this get made because that's awesome. So yeah, there it is, the Transformazing Toys Pandora's Box 02 MEKBUDA kit for Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. I think it's definitely worth picking up if you have the means. I see, like, there's a lot of stuff that I like. I really am surprised at how much I like this. This is really, really nice. And I feel like you might kick yourself if you miss out on it because it really adds a lot. It takes what was a figure that I really gave, a mold that I gave no craps about. I just did not care for. It had some neat functionality, a kind of okay vehicle mode, and turns it into something that I've been carrying around with me and messing with like all the time because it really it takes a crappy mold and turns it into what I feel is a very awesome Optimus Prime, and it's totally worth picking up. I really, if I can convince you to buy one thing this year that you weren't going to already, so far this would be it. I mean, I realize we're only 2 weeks into the year, but like, this is a really nice kit. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm really, really happy with it. Very pleasantly surprised. The Transformazing Toys Pandora's box.